Hey there guys, in this video, I'm going to show you a cunning rogue build with really high crit chance while being excellent in pickpocketing and lockpicking. Stick around as we break down the details of this sneaky setup. We're kicking things off as the fighter. The reason is that the fighters gain proficiency in all weapons and armor, and this gives you a lot of flexibilities when it comes to choosing your equipment. Fighters also have proficiency in Constitution saving throw, which makes your concentration a bit tougher. We also get to choose a fighting style, making a fighter really powerful as a starting class. And we're going with Archery, which grants you a +2 bonus on ranged weapon attack rolls. For ability scores, Dexterity and Constitution are the main focus. Make sure to boost them up to 16, and it's recommended to raise your Charisma to 14, as this build allows you to be the face of your party. At level 2, we're switching to the Rogue, gaining Sneak Attack. You can now deal an additional 1d6 damage to a foe you have advantage against. You can also use this attack if you have an ally within 1.5 meters of the target and you don't have disadvantage. Sneak Attack starts as 1d6 and adds another dice for every 2 levels going forward. When you reach Rogue level 11, the damage becomes 6d6, making it the primary way for a rogue to inflict significant damage. For skills, be sure to prioritize Stealth and Sleight of Hand. At level 3, we gain Cunning Action, giving us the ability to use Hide, Dash, or Disengage as a bonus action. You can now use a bonus action to hide before you make an attack. This provides advantage on your next attack, as well as triggering the Sneak Attack. At level 4, we get to choose our subclass, and we're picking the Thief, gaining the Fast Hand ability, which grants us an extra bonus action, and this opens up a lot of choices when it comes to combat. Additionally, we get second story work that grants you resistance to falling damage. Level 5, we get to choose the Thief, and I recommend taking the ASI to boost your dexterity to 18. Next up, we gain Uncanny Dodge, which allows you to half the damage that coming to you, but currently you can only target it on and off as a passive ability. I hope Larian is gonna fix this in the future and allow us to use this as a reaction. Level 7, we can choose 2 more skills to be proficient in. Make sure to take Intimidation, as when we reach level 11, we'll get an ability that amplifies our skill checks. Next up, we have Evasion, which allows you to take no damage when you succeed a saving throw on a spell using your dexterity, and only take half damage if you fail. Really handy ability. At level 9, we can choose another feat. At this point, I suggest taking the Sharpshooter, which reads as ranged weapon attacks with weapons you're proficient with have a -5 penalty to their attack roll, but deal an additional 10 damage. You can toggle this on or off. And your ranged weapon attacks do not receive penalty from high ground rules, meaning you no longer receive a -2 penalty on your ranged attack rolls while you're shooting from lower ground, which is fantastic. At level 10, we get Supreme Sneak, which is just an invisibility spell, nothing crazy. Next level, we gain access to an extra feat as a rogue, and you have a few options to consider. First, if you are a combat heavily focused person, just boost your dexterity to 20. And if you want a bit more utility outside of combat, you want to take skill and gain proficiency in 3 skills of your choice. The reason is that in our next level, we'll have access to Reliable Talent, which when you make an ability check with a skill you're proficient with, the lowest result you can roll on the dice is 10, meaning when you're making one of these ability checks, the lowest number you can roll is 10, making you really powerful on ability checks. So you want to take Persuasion, Deception, and whatever you like, and you make a really good talker in conversations. Also at this level, our sneak attack damage becomes 6d6 as our main source of damage output. A great way to maximize it is by crits, and when you make a critical hit, your sneak attack damage becomes 12d6, and that could potentially deal a ton of damage. For the gear, we're gonna focus on those that can improve our critical hits. For helmets, we use the Sarevok's Horn Helmet that can enhance your dark vision. More importantly, it lowers the number you need to roll a critical hit by 1, and this affects stacks. You can use the cover count in the early acts of the game, which also lowers your critical hit threshold by 1 when you're obscure. For the cloak, we're using the Shake Slayer cloak that also lowers the number of your critical hit by 1 when you attack from hiding, which is a perfect combination for rogues. For the armor, I highly recommend the Dark Justiciar Half Blade, providing you advantage on Constitution saving throw, along with a spell of Shaw's Aegis, giving you something to concentrate on, which is crucial when you pair it with a Strange Conduit ring that grants you 1d4 psychic damage when you're concentrating on a spell. For the gloves, you want to use something that provides you extra damage, such as the Dark Justiciar Scarlet or the Helldusk gloves. When it comes to amulets, I suggest using the Amulet of Branding, which exposes the weak points of an enemy and makes them vulnerable to bludgeoning, slashing, and piercing damage. This effect will last 3 turns or until the target takes damage. This can be used once per long rest, and you can definitely utilize this ability to inflict a huge amount of damage at your turn. You mark your target with Brand of Weak, making them vulnerable to piercing damage, then stealth and sneak attack. If it hits, use the ability Luck of the Far Realm to turn it into a critical hit. You can inflict some serious damage by doing this. For rings, I recommend the Strange Conduit ring, which provides extra damage to a ranged attack, and if it crits, the damage doubles. For the second ring, you can use whatever you like. For weapons, they're the same as the rest. You want to lower the number of your critical hits as much as possible. Here we have the Blade of the First Blood and the Knife of the Undermountain King. Both lowers your critical hit threshold by 1. You can acquire these items at Act 3. For bows, the Death Shot is the only bow that comes with improved critical, so that's our guy. And it also grants you Keen Attack that doubles your proficiency bonus to your attack rolls when making ranged attacks. By equipping a helmet, cloak, 2 daggers, and a bow, you can now achieve a critical hit with a dice roll as low as 15. Additionally, you consistently attack from hiding, granting you advantage on attack rolls and significantly increasing the likelihood of landing a critical hit. While I cannot provide a precise number, but it's safe to say that the chance of scoring a critical hit is notably high. For combats, once per long rest, you can perform the combo of Brand of Weak and Luck of the Far Realm, which is really powerful. Afterwards, you just hide and sneak attack. If it crits, it inflicts a decent amount of damage. If not, you do this again in your next turn. However, this build extends its capabilities beyond combat. Outside of battle, you effortlessly pick locks and still go with ease. Speaking of which, I've got a set of equipment to introduce to you. First is the Graceful Cloth, boosting your dexterity by 2, reaching a maximum of 20. It grants you advantage on dexterity ability checks, making it very helpful for pickpocketing and lockpicking. Next up is the Smuggler's Ring, offering a straightforward +2 bonus to both stealth and sleight of hand. The last one is the Shapeshifter's Bone Ring. It gives you a bonus of 1d4 on all ability checks when you're shapeshifting. If you pair it with a mask of the Shapeshifter and change your appearance, you get the extra 1d4 bonus on all ability checks. With Reliable Talent, the skill checks you are proficient in guarantee a minimum roll of 10, making you really good at handling all sorts of challenges, even in conversations. A quick tip here, drag your gear into the quick slot for easy changes. Just click to swap them in and out. Super handy. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like and consider subscribing to this channel if you want to see more content about Baldur's Gate 3. I'll see you guys in the next video.